Hello, fellow dungeon virgins. Do you want to learn how to play Druid? Let me show you how, from square one. Let's make a fresh character, with only one life. From these meager and humble beginnings, I will show you how to become a fearsome, rat bitch, cat bear of death. Let's begin. For perks, we start with the only mandatory one, Shapeshift Mastery. For spells, we grab all of the heals, but deprioritize Mending Grow for now, as it takes too much spell memory, and only has 2 charges. We also grab Dreamfire and Thorn Barrier, each of which I would consider mandatory for solos as well. Our goal right now is to level up quick, and find as much gear as possible, with agility, and strength, in that order. The dungeon gods gift us with our first agility piece, some green lace turn shoes with max health.
Nice.
We also find a common leather cap, and slap that bad boy on as well. This is the best room on the whole map for early game looting. These boxes have a shitload of goodies, and there's like 17 of them, or something crazy like that. We try and scoop as much loot as we can, before Gandalf over there decides to get feisty. As long as we don't eat a fireball to the face, we should be okay. In these strange mid-range battles, Dreamfire can be a huge help in chipping down enemy HP, before you move in for the kill. We nibble the Timmy to death, loot his meds, and venture forth. We've got boxes to break. We managed to find some decent riveted gloves. Although we prioritize agility, we still need some strength, to be able to fight as a bear. We just don't need nearly as much as most people think, in order to beat essentially anyone in a melee 1v1. We find some mediocre bling, and head back to the box room, just in time to see a random hellfire meandering about. A bloodthirsty Timmy and his army of goblins. Timothy panics, and hits Phantomize, which is basically like slapping a giant, Dreamfire me, sign on his own forehead. Yeesh. Better luck next time. He doesn't have much for us but meds and a common spellbook. We campfire to regain our spells, and resume our box-breaking bonanza. As we round the corner, we notice it looks suspiciously dark.
Surprise, motherfucker!
And we find a creepy little weirdo, hiding in the shadows. With every point of agility, our nibbles become slightly stronger. And we put an end to the peeping Tim. He has no real goodies for us. So we continue on, farming XP, and breaking more boxes. That's going to be a running theme, for a while. The rest of the game is uneventful, until we wander into a fallen comrade, who seems to have disconnected. It would be an insult to him, to let his XP go to waste, so we put him out of his misery. We extract, hoping that we farmed enough XP to hit level 5, for a much needed new perk. We vendor our goodies, and prepare for the next run. During the end of the last game, we found a couple small random upgrades, which brings our offensive stat total to not a lot. We got all the way to level 6 though, which unlocks our next perk, Enhanced Wildness. We don't need Dreamwalk yet, since the rogues in this gear bracket don't have good enough gear to one-shot us yet. We wait a couple more minutes for the vendors to reset, and manage to snag a few more decent low-quality upgrades. Noteworthy is a spear, without a doubt the best melee weapon for druids. We spawn in, for round 2, ready to farm more XP and gear, except this time, we are in the 25 to 124 gear score bracket. If we are lucky, we might be able to replace some of this thrift store gear, with some real gear from a player we kill. Ooh, a rogue wants to tango. As a druid, you should laugh in the face of rogues, giggling at their foolishness. If a rogue ever gets close to you, just be a bear. And if they ever run away, you be a cat. That's why we prioritize agility. Without the ability to do big damage in cat form, anyone can run away or avoid being right-clicked by you, as a bear. Like what literally just happened. Oh no, Mr. Rogue, you're doing so much damage to me, whatever shall I do? Please have mercy, I'm just a poor single father of just kidding bitch. Get right-clicked. Oof. You know he felt that one. Even in gear this bad, that probably hit him for around 70 damage. And then, we get hit for 70 damage ourselves, for misshifting into a chicken. Nice. We heal up. And catch our breath. Then go back in. For seconds. Remember, poking with Dreamfire can make or break a fight. Now that he's on the run, we force the issue. As a cat. And then back up. And finish the job. As a bear. Textbook. Minus the whole, eating shit, and almost dying as a chicken thing. Let's see what treats this overly aggressive little man has for us. Bingo. Some good ring upgrades. Some decent pants. And some amazing gloves, with agility. I'll spare you the boring details, but we killed more mobs. Broke more boxes. And found a minor head upgrade along the way. Since half the lobby got outplayed by goblins, we didn't run into anyone else, and instead just picked up some mini-boss and Lion's Head chest XP, and got the hell out. But not before finding one final little treat, a mercurial cloak. Now I can style on all the noobs, with my fabulous little demigod sparkle blanket cape skin. We barely missed level 10, so there's not much for us to do besides vendor our crap, and gamble on another ring of courage with the goblin merchant. The little green man rewards us for our druidic bravery with a rare, and we will gladly take the extra point of strength. For the 124 gear score bracket, we are now a fairly beefy bear. However, our agility still leaves something to be desired. Let's try and change that. After farming more boxes and more mobs, we find ourselves in the center of the map. And suddenly, a barbarian. Since he only has a felling axe, we don't have much to worry about. But a good barbarian with decent spacing in a bardiche can be a very scary thing for a bear. This fight is going to be all about getting some initial damage in with bear form, then following up, chasing and putting on pressure as cat, for the kill. When fighting as a bear, make sure you look away from your opponent as your attack animations charge. It reduces your hittable surface area, enabling you to essentially dodge and attack, simultaneously, if you time it right. We right-clicked him, so he's gotta be hurting. Time to keep the pressure up. Bait his attacks by getting very close as a cat, then shifting to bear at the last second. Punish with a right click, and watch your opponent flee in terror. Unfortunately for him, he can't flee. Because I'm a fucking giant, fast, cat. A few nibbles sends him to the dirt. And we are rewarded with the most beautiful sight I've ever seen, other than those two goblin corpses who ragdolled into 69ing with each other. This kid had the motherload. Move speed lace turn shoes, blue loose trousers, a good agility ring, and, most excitingly, a leather cap with +2 agility. We hightail it out. And hit the lobby, ready for our level 10 perk. We turn in a couple quests. Vendor our loot. And pick our third perk, Dreamwalk. Now we will never die to a landmine. Eat shit, rogues. And would you look at that? Our agility is looking juicy now. Now that we have decent stats, we can be much more aggressive in seeking out and committing to fights. We load back in for our fourth game and ready ourselves for battle. We spawn in the same friggin' place for the third time and clear the area. Jesus fucking Christ. Spicy. Here, we want to force him away with bear. Then switch to cat, when he pulls his bow out. Somehow I eat the shot from the goblin mage, so we need to retreat. But the fighter's second-winded, so he's hurt too. We notice the goblin mage is shooting at the door, which doesn't make much sense. Ah, I see. Apparently homeboy thought I was gonna pull up and roast some mallows with him. Instead, we flail at him uselessly with a spear. But I'm a druid, not a fucking Spartan, so give me a break. We finally connect once. And finish him off. He doesn't have anything for us besides some jewelry that we might be able to sell, so we carry on. And shit our little rat pants for the second time in 3 minutes. We should be okay though, because we can abuse these cages to be unhittable. And look, he's already running. Time to chase with cat, and be ready to go bear if he takes the bait. We did a lot of damage, so we can pull back and pressure with Dreamfire, which makes him have to run or commit. Luckily, he whiffs a shot, which would have ruined our day. And he tries to escape, which is the surefire way to die, against a cat druid. 2 down. Let's see how many more we can get. More garbage, except an agility ring, which we hesitantly swap out with the blue ring of courage. Our strength is dipping a bit low now, but again, we really do not need much strength to 1v1 people, especially in this gear bracket. To our left, we hear a commotion, and use our rat bitch powers to phase through the door, and bypass any semblance of game design coherency. It's a rogue, so the fight is already over before it started. A valiant effort, but he ultimately succumbs to my superior gaming chair. Nothing but a bit of treasure. We carry on. I thought I heard a noise, but maybe that's just the ketamine. I knew it. These lil fuckers are everywhere. Go cat. Bait bear. Repeat. We are a weak bear right now, and our health is a bit low, so let's call upon Mother Nature to finish off our foe. Crispy. He doesn't have much, but he has some ore that I can turn in for a quest. Can't turn down the free XP. We scamper away and extract with our goodies and our 4 kills. Not a bad game. No big gear upgrades, but we unlocked our final perk, Thorn Coat. We pick it because... I mean... have you looked at the other druid perks? Shit sucks, dude. We turn in our quest, sell our stuff, and do some much needed stash organization. Our goal now is to hit level 20 ASAP. We want to join the party, over in High Roller. We spawn in, and as we eat some goblins' faces off, we hear some noise to our right. Let's investigate. Another rogue. This one wants to be friendly, but he presented such a perfect target, we couldn't resist. Okay. Perhaps we should have resisted, because this dude is kinda smoking us. Let's regroup and heal up. Oh, he's running. You know what that means. Cat form. After looting the rogue and campfiring, a barbarian materializes out of thin air and comes for us. This one has a bardiche and appears to know how to use it. This fight is going to be all about poke damage, however we can get it. The second he puts his weapon away, rush in as a cat, get a bite, and rush out. If we repeat this enough, we will essentially be able to annoy him to death. We try to get fancy, and weave in an attack, while he's swinging. But it does not go according to plan. One of the good things about Druid is, you can fuck up majorly, and just rat back, heal, and rejoin the fray like nothing ever happened. It's actually kind of oppressive. But the Druid within me calls it perfectly balanced.
Here it comes!
Homeboy goes full WWE on us, which, I have to admit, was pretty sick. He chases us for a while, but eventually, I remember, hey, I have a spear. And the little punk bitch Death Beetle steals our hard-fought kill. We try to campfire, again, but are rudely interrupted, again. I'm mildly annoyed, at this point. But, rangers are squishy. And this guy doesn't really look like he knows what he's doing. Let's test out the cat form DPS. Not bad. We heal up. And loot our spoils. Nobody really had much, except a few rings and random pieces of gear that might sell on the marketplace. We run into a gear upgrade dilemma, but ultimately opt to drop our green shoes with move speed, for blue shoes, with an extra point of agility. As a cat, we are already near move speed cap anyways. We farm some last minute XP. And then scoot our fast little ass, right on out of there, hoping we did enough shit to hit level 20. But we didn't. Brutal. We vendor our treasure, and stash all the gear we are going to sell when we hit level 20, and unlock the marketplace. We are only half a level from 20, so let's make this last one quick. We ganked a wizard. Mauled a warlock. And made our escape, trying not to ruin a good thing at the last minute. We made it safely back to the lobby, to see that glorious, sweet level 20. We've unlocked the marketplace, High Roller, and now we can really take this baby out for a spin. But first things first. In order to play Druid correctly, you have to gear Druid correctly. We sell everything we've been hoarding. and after collecting all of our cash, we have about 4,500 gold to burn. We are going to simply follow the advice that I have been giving all along. Prioritize agility, and then, strength. Every other stat is essentially irrelevant. After all is said and done, we spend most of our gold for what I would consider to be a fairly unbeatable kit. With these offensive stats and good play, we can kill, literally, anyone. We have gone from a fresh character with nothing to an absolute powerhouse, money printer, machine of death. How far can we go with only one life? Stay tuned for part 2, where the adventure continues, and we put this kit to the test. If you've been enjoying the journey so far, maybe give it a like, or even throw me a pity subscribe, just so I know I'm not screaming into the void over here. I'll catch you all next time. Stay furry.